Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I wanted to show you guys my handy dandy work. I am still new to the stick shift pickup. I have drove it a few times, longer distances, and I've done really well. But I just did this and I'm pretty proud of myself, so I figured why not show it off. We are getting a cold snap that's coming through this Wednesday, and so Ryan and I figured we would just take the time to put some hay bales that are for the sheep just right over here on the north side. That way they have a little bit of a windbreak. So there's our sheep shed, and then the sheep lot is just right behind me. But in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about flushing sheep. I know I had posted a video about like me accidentally flushing my sheep with a happy accident of flushing them with leaves. And I had somebody ask about like what is flushing sheep, and I figured why not do an actual video on it, because it's just not really talked about in the regenerative agriculture, setting with hair sheep. And I wanted to explain the reason for that. So flushing sheep is putting higher nutrition into them prior to breeding season. So it's just giving them extra calories, in whatever way you're going to be doing that, either with like grain or like higher nutrition of hay, making sure that they're on a good forage prior to breeding season. I will leave a link in the description box below. If you guys would have seen my episode on, I think Saturday, I uploaded it Friday. I talked about Sheep Stuff You Should Know. It's a podcast that is of two guys out in California, and they actually had a episode recently about flushing sheep, because one guy is in that same stage, and so he was talking about what his protocol is for it. And so I'll leave that. It's a pretty interesting listen. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it with like exactly what nutrition you're putting in, like breaks down into fats, and I don't know all the science of it, so I'm not even going to act like I know it. But the reason that a lot of people don't talk about it in regenerative agriculture and like hair sheep would be that hair sheep are supposed to be hardier. You get your Katahdins, and they're supposed to just thrive on hardiness, and like thrive even in like they're supposed to be kind of like a goat. Anyways, so people don't put a lot of inputs into them, which is fine, but the reason that you would want to flush up your sheep, and the reason that we do, is because that's an income source for us, and we would like to see the highest percentage of breeding for our ewes. If you're able to not have those margins and like not worry about every ewe getting bred, and or if you have awesome forage and you're not worried about them having that highest nutrition right before the ram goes in, then don't even worry about it. I mean, it's just something that you don't have to stress about. But as you guys know, or if you're just seeing this video, we went through a D4 drought this summer. So our pastures are not luscious. I mean, this is a lot that the sheep have been on for about 3 weeks now, 2 weeks. But this is 240 acres behind me that we have grazed our cows on, and this was supposed to be our winter stockpile. And it was rested most of the year, and it didn't have a whole lot. So having the sheep graze that for flushing, or like prior to breeding season, making sure that they had like extra nutrition before we put the ram in, wasn't an option. So what we did, like I said, we put them in this lot, and they ate leaves. The 50 new ewes Katahdin ewes that we got, they were brought in right at the end of that, so they didn't really get a whole lot of the leaves. Another thing that we are doing is giving them 2 buckets, so like a 5-gallon bucket, 2 buckets full of grain. And we're just doing like Milo, because that's what we've been doing for our calves. But we have like tubs out here, and we are giving those 2 buckets to how many ewes? 80 some ewes, and giving that every morning. So that's just another way of like flushing them up, or giving them more calories for energy prior to breeding season, and that will be something that we just do throughout the winter just to keep their calories up, or keep their nutrition up. Another thing that we've been wanting to do is our fodder system. You guys know I've talked about that before. We have a few other projects to get to before the fodder system gets underway. We will be preg checking cows here in the next 2 weeks, right after Christmas, after this cold snap gets over. So yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to explain that. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I didn't fully explain, but you are, with flushing, you are wanting them to get better nutrition, so it kind of tricks their body into thinking that they have more calories to burn, that they are fattier than they are, and then that will promote them to release eggs and get bred. So it results in hopefully a higher percentage of lambs, and then also just a higher percentage of breeding, that they get bred. So yeah, I'm sorry, I feel like I rambled with that, but I just had a lot of thoughts going through my head. Yeah, but hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for commenting. To the people that comment and ask questions or leave comments with feedback and stuff, I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. I love showing Ryan the comments, and he's like, what? People took the time out of their day to write a full comment like that or ask a question? And I'm like, yeah, people are really nice. People like these videos. They like to see different things. I mean, I know when we were getting started in sheep, or we were researching sheep, we watched all sorts of stuff. I don't know if you guys remember, if you have followed Greg Judy for a while, but he had an intern named Ben. Shout out Ben if you ever watch this video, and Isaac too. You guys made videos all the time on Instagram, and Ryan and I would watch them religiously. We would I think it was every Sunday evening. Yeah, we would hop on and ask all the questions, and I just love being able to provide a resource to people that are just getting into sheep or just thinking about getting into sheep, and sharing our 1.5 years of knowledge of the headaches that we've learned along the way, and hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you guys when you end up getting sheep. So, okay, I will go ahead and stop rambling here, stop talking, but I hope that you guys have a great week. If you are getting a cold period here soon, like we are in South Central Kansas, good luck to you, and make sure you wear your bibs. Make sure they fit, though, because these are way oversized. These are my father-in-law's that are too small for him or whatever. Oh well, they work. So, okay, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.